James, welcome. Thanks for joining us, and great to have you here.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you.
Brilliant. And it would be great if we just get started with tell us a little bit about the business. What it is that you do. A little bit about your backstory, really. Yeah, over to you.
So, yeah, I'm James, based in Leicester, East Midlands. So I run a construction company, residential construction, extensions, fitted kitchens, open plan living. And I also have a separate company, which is solar panels, renewable energy, based in the Midlands as well. So I've
Okay.
got the two businesses now.
So two separate businesses, or are they combined?
Two completely independent businesses, two different brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're their own entities, really. So the solar business came about from joining the academy. So yeah, I came here for construction,
Yeah.
and then I realised that what we were learning would cross over on all businesses. So my brother Mark's into solar, so I saw an opportunity there. So yeah, so I started the solar business in the back of the classroom when I was taking notes. So I thought, oh, let's have another one.
Yeah. So you just literally took the model that you've developed for your construction business, applied it to the solar.
Yeah.
So how's things evolved since when you started? I mean, obviously you're in what place you're in. You've told me before that you were close to shutting down in bankruptcy,
So I,
basically.
so when I came, so I've been running the construction business for 10 years. But I had something that was working. I could get the sales, but I'd built myself a trap pretty much. So I was running around after the guys, paying them before myself. I was just a dog's body. I was on the phone 24 hours a day. My little boy hates me on the phone. He still hates me on the phone now. So, yeah, and I was just losing money. Year on year, I was losing money. I was getting deeper and deeper. Overdrafts, suppliers, inland revenue. So the debts were getting there. So I knew that I needed some help. But like someone mentioned earlier, you've got no one to turn to. So I couldn't speak to my wife about business.
Yeah.
Couldn't speak to the plumber, the plasterer, the electrician. No one knows, and they're not interested. So that's how I ended up. I saw an advert. I saw an ad. Joseph was on Instagram.
Okay.
And I applied to come to Trade Mastermind to a discovery day, but I cancelled it. I thought, I'm not going. Watched his YouTube videos. Thought, I'm not going. Can't afford it. I'm not doing it. And it was coming up to Christmas, and then the guys, the girls, the guys, they were persistent.
Badgering you.
So I got
down.
plenty of phone calls, and in the end, I thought, you know what? I've got no choice. Like I say, I was shutting the business. I was done. There was a little glimpse in me. Thought, I got to keep going. Got to get the energy to keep going. So, because it was close to Christmas, I'd shut down, and everybody was off. And I think I came right end of December. And yeah, I came on my own, but I needed some help. I needed a mentor, but I didn't know what I was going to do with it and whether I would. And then I thought, I can't spend any more money.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. But like Discovery Day, and then they did a good job and they got me on board. And that was that's where this story starts, really.
Okay. So how's the business evolved since then? What have you done? What sort of would you say that you've put in place that's the biggest changes for you?
Knowing one was belief in myself.
Yeah.
So I knew I'd got some skills. I just didn't know where to die. I didn't know where I was going wrong. So the numbers, knowing my numbers was a massive part. And I think a lot of construction guys struggle with it, pricing for profit. Whether that's fear of not getting the orders, not knowing what your numbers are. Because I've got a team, I'm not actually on the tools, so I have to factor in that side of it all. So I think I set a target. The shift, I was slowly spending more time on the tools. And my background is actually not on the tools. It was the sales side of it. But I ended up on the tools. So when I came here, it refocused me again. Thought, right, got to get back to selling.
Yeah.
So I worked out, I think it was as soon as I left, I was back Christmas, over the New Year, I worked out my numbers. So I found my break-even point. My break-even point was I needed 200K in gross profit to cover my overheads and the machine that I'd built. So then I reversed engineered it, how many sales that I need, what my average order value was, how many leads I need, how many this, and I just set my plan and put my prices up. I had a goal for a profit margin. So my goal was to do £1 million in sales. So because I've been losing money for so long,
Mm.
my win was break even.
Yeah.
If I can make 200 grand and finish the year, that 200 grand includes my wages.
Yeah.
But if I can hit my 200k, pay everybody, not owe a penny to suppliers, not owe a penny to anyone else, that was a win.
Yeah.
That was my ultimate goal. So my target was $1 million.
What did you do?
2.8.
2.8 million. Okay, fantastic.
So I did $1 million in the first quarter.
Yeah, there we go, eh?
Finished the year on 2.8 million, and set the solar business up in the middle of that lot.
Okay, brilliant, mate. I mean, that's just a testament to your tenacity, because you can't do that without energy and drive. You know, 2.8 million is a phenomenal number. So your 200k gross profit, do you know where you end up
Well,
gross?
So it was my target was 20% million, 20% gross. I didn't actually hit my 20%. I was this is gross profit. So I was only averaging 15 to 16,
Mm.
but I saw the difference in the money, in the bank, in everything. So again, since then, so that was last year. So this year I've put the margins up again. I'm pushing towards 30 is my goal. But like all the guys know, I think my jobs start off over 30%, but by the time you burn all the money and just the construction game on its own, if you're not on top of your change orders, getting that extra bit of money out of customers when you're there, and labour and not controlling people, so your margins drop.
Yeah.
So I was averaging 18, but my goal was keep pushing that up as much as I can.
So I guess that first year you're probably around the 700k mark.
Uh,
Would be my assumption there.
Is that what the figure's on?
Gross.
2.8. So on the 2.8, I installed 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold 2.8. We physically installed 2 million, and then I rolled over the other. So what that figure is, but I know for a fact I don't owe anyone any money anyway.
Which is the big thing,
Yeah.
absolutely, isn't it? Okay. So you now, you know, what you're forecasting for this year? Just give a quick number.
Two. So my goal's 2 this year.
Yeah.
So I've got a balance. So with the solar.
Mm.
So the solar is $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to consistently do $1 million. The goal for that's 2.
Yeah.
At some point. The construction, I want to settle it down at 2 million.
Okay.
At higher margins,
Mm-hmm.
just for lifestyle,
Absolutely.
and just the running of it. So 2.8 is great, but if the margins are good,
yeah,
and I don't need to do as much, I think I'm comfortable at that.
I mean, 2 businesses bringing in 3 million over a year, that's a lot of customers.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of responsibility with it.
Yeah. So your back office machine that you've got driving that, I mean, what does that look like? Have you got a few people in there? Have you got?
Yeah.
Is it yourself and Mark that are doing it all and running like headless chickens?
So Mark pretty much runs the solar.
Okay.
So talk about being off the kit. So I've set this business up, handed it over. So I've got the systems in place. I've provided some systems for Mark. We've got 3 admins.
Yeah.
So I've got an admin overseas in the Philippines.
That's a common one, by the way, guys. So if you haven't got an admin in the Philippines, you need to get one. Apparently, that's a real
So it's an English girl that lives over there. So she does all my projects. She helps and supports all the solar.
Mm-hmm.
She does all my scheduling. I've got pretty good project management software for the construction company. So she's updating the schedules. Customers got an app, so they can see what's going on. So customers getting a good experience. So she helps me with that. I've got Danny. So I've got a guy, Danny, bless him. He's been with me 17 years. So he runs my back office. So I've got in-house accounts, bookkeeping, do all the VAT returns myself, the ordering, all the systems that we've got. Danny's responsible for that. He's a pretty cool dude.
Brilliant. So you're hands off completely with the solar business, but you're still in running the construction on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so I'm kind of the glue in the background, really.
Mhm.
I just kind of hover about, make sure the sales are coming in. I've got salespeople. I'll do a few leads myself. So yeah, I just hover about and just make sure that I'm plugging any holes, and
Yeah.
you just get a vibe, think, right, I need to put somebody in there, or just keep tabs on it all, really.
Yeah.
I still work every day, but I don't need to go anywhere
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
other than Dubai.
So you were there recently, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went to Dubai went with Mark, my brother, couple of the lads from my guys. In fact, I even took my project manager away.
Brilliant.
We all went away at the same time, and the business still ran while we were away. And I went with a customer. In COVID, we did a extension for a guy, and he's become a good friend. And so we've been 2 years on the trot to Dubai. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You need to earn some money to go there, though. It's cheap to get there.
It's not cheap when
It's not cheap when you're there.
No, absolutely not, mate. So for you then, obviously you've really turned the business around. You know, 2.8 million last year and looking to do 3 this year with, with an increased gross profit margin. And what's been your driver for your marketing? What's brought that in for you? Because that's where everything starts with sales, isn't it? You know, before you get to have a conversation with a customer, you've got to have that front end pulling the work.
It's all about leads and sales. I think one of my, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I'm sales first. That's why I've been able to grow the business, because I'm not actually on the tools. So if I'd have been on the tools, I'd have never got off them,
Hmm.
because I'm that. So luckily for me, I was on the sales. So sales, when I started my first business, which was hot tubs years ago, I realised I needed leads. So I got into my marketing a little bit back then. So the two different businesses, you've got the construction and the solar, two different lead sources, two different, both direct. None of them are passive leads. They're all pretty, whatever the word is. But Facebook is my organic, yeah. So proactive leads. So my construction for the last 5-6 years has been 100% Facebook,
Okay.
100%. My solar is 80% Google ads and 20% social media.
Okay.
As the business is growing, I'm getting recommendations. Mark's doing a fabulous job building the YouTube. So we're starting to get, that's really helping with the conversions for your YouTube.
Fantastic. What kind of content are you putting on there?
Just he's recording the jobs, he's walking around.
Yeah.
They're just quick 3-minute vids, so no long vlogs.
Yeah.
That takes too long, too much editing. Would never get on YouTube because you don't do it. One good thing about Mark, he's just boom, straight on it, makes a video, uploads it. He's not bothered what it looks like, what it's obviously his content's good and his knowledge is awesome. He's not frightened to have a conversation on his camera. So they just go up. I've been trying to build a YouTube channel for 5 years.
Right. Okay.
I've not done it. In the meantime, Mark started a YouTube channel, has done 20 videos while I've been trying to polish my camera.
Brilliant.
So yeah.
And that's testament to absolutely getting on with stuff and getting it done, because I think, so often in the business world, we can create plans, we can have these ideas, and we actually get in the way of ourselves. Mark's just turned up and gone, bam.
Overthink it.
Yeah.
You can, if it's not right, it's not, well, I can't do this. Well, nobody likes to look at themselves on camera. They don't like to hear their own voice back. Think, oh, I can't say that. That's not right. That's not, and you just bin it. So Mark's attitude towards it, that's the content. Boom, it's up. I used to do before, years ago, when I first built my brand for the construction, I used to do video testimonials.
Yeah.
10, 15 years back.
Okay. Brilliant.
They were rough and ready, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't care. I just did a video testimonial. They're up on YouTube. My first ever video, garage conversion, was my first job. It ranked on first page for garage conversion Leicester. From a testimonial, this was 10 years ago, I was getting 2 leads a week from a YouTube video. That customer had a garage conversion. He's since gone on and had an extension. He's ordered a full house of solar, and he's just ordered some bifold doors this week. That was my first from a YouTube video that was as rough and ready. And the way YouTube's going, those videos are better now than all these polished ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I'm going to try and catch Mark up and get my construction YouTube up and running.
Yeah, and there's two things that you mentioned there. Fantastic what you're talking about on the video testimonial stuff and doing that stuff. The other thing that I like is the fact that you've got, a customer that you've taken on the construction side of the business, and then you've set up that next vertical, and you've cross-sold them to the other side of the business. And you've got all of that customer base which you're calling upon and going, hey, by the way, we do solar,
Well, when you think, Joseph, it's good to see how Joseph, he does what's his product ladder. I don't know what you'd call it, but see, he loves to give you the next
value stacking.
Well, not so much value stacking. He's not just got one product for you. He's got another one, and another one. But I admire what he does, and he's teaching us all live in real time how you should structure your business. So you've got one customer that's an extension, but then they have the landscaping, then they have the solar panels, then they have a garage conversion, so it's not a one and done. So, but you've got to really try and get yourself a 5-star business. You've got to have some good lads, build a good brand, but your product, to the cost of a lead, you can spend some decent money on it.
Exactly. I mean, what's your cost per acquisition at the moment? Because that's the comparative, isn't it? You're not paying for that second lead, are you?
That's it. You see. So when I started off in the solar, we were up to touching 1,800, $2,000 lead.
Wow.
But I was prepared to do it just to get I had no reviews. So I was in the back of the room, started a business from scratch. Luckily, I'd got access to someone that could go on a lead for me. So I bought leads, had to start a brand from scratch. No social media, no reviews. Companies, you put in the company name. I was the first on the list. Company's house. It was a week old. And we're in a house trying to close a deal up against Octopus.
Yeah.
And we've been trading 3 days. So I had to buy some deals. I had to buy my reviews. I had to sacrifice that. To answer the question, cost per lead is 850 quid at the minute.
Okay, so you've gone from that
$2,000 to 850,
which is fantastic.
Fantastic
improvement. But like you say, you've got your construction side of it, which just funneling into the renewables. And then I'm assuming, is there going to be another arm that you can sell the construction and renewables, something else?
Not sure yet. Not sure. We're going to add air source to the renewables.
So that's the same thing, right? So that's another vertical that you can sell. You've sold solar to, you've sold, aircon's another option. But you've sold one product to them already. The second sale is much easier than the first. You get one person to buy a product. Great. Yeah. And
well, that's it.
Become a customer.
The second product's free of charge. So, you've paid for the lead once. So, you could spend 10 grand a month on leads and they're in your database. What else will they have? So if you do a good service, because you got what's he call it? It's 360.
Yeah.
So you've got the full.
Yeah, the TGS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to offer a good service to customers. And when the customers know you've built a relationship, and these customers are for life. So your second, third, fourth sale. We've just done an email campaign for the solar, done an offer. So we've blasted out 850 emails out and text messages this week. And I want to do the same offer to send it over to the construction.
Okay, what offer is that? Just
on solar.
Yeah.
We were doing free air conditioning if they place their order before the end of the month.
Yeah.
So that's it's got us a couple of deals.
That's a cracking little deal. I mean, because an aircon unit's costing you to install what, $1,000?
Yeah.
And if you're getting a 15K solar order off that, it's a worthwhile investment. Yeah, definitely.
Need to do more of that. The email marketing. But you need a good system as well. You need a good CRM, and you need someone that can put those offers together. You need to come up with the idea of the offer, and then you need someone in your back office, ideally, who can execute it for you.
I mean, think of your marketing expenditure, and if you have that that mass marketing email piece in place, how much that reduces your CPA. It could have a real.
Well, that's what's brought the cost per lead down. So Mark's doing a fantastic job out there. with the customers, building a great relationship, getting the 5-star reviews, then they're friends, so he's getting the recommendations. So those recommendations are slashing the cost, overall cost. So you've got your individual cost per lead. So you've got your Google cost per lead, your cost per sale. What do you call it? Cost per acquisition.
Yeah, cost per acquisition.
So you got your cost per acquisition for each lead source, but overall, you've got your overall cost per acquisition, which comes down massively when you can upsell your existing customers, get recommendations, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and when you treat every lead that you get as a lead for life, not just for a job, then
Yeah.
when you realise, you think, oh, I'm spending £800 on that lead or £300 for that lead, it might be a lot in that moment, but when that's a recurring revenue
Well, if you can make profit off it as a standalone, because you can't, because some people will go, well, I'll take a loss now because I might get something later. You still need to make a profit front end,
definitely,
so it holds its own up.
definitely.
But that customer is for life, and you will get more. You will get more work if you market it. And like verticals, you got to add. You don't want to go straight out with a brand new business and offer everything. You want to be focused on one laser focused product, high ticket, most profitable one first, get known for that. So for me, I would do orangeries, glazed extensions, the cornerless ones. So I set my brand apart for being known for that. That's my most profitable. But then that's my core. But then now, because I've established now, I can pull in all sorts. I'll do kitchens. So I'll do an open plan extension with a kitchen. There's a garage conversion on it. There's landscaping on it.
You make an interesting point there, and it's really key that you market back to those customers. For those that have done the discovery day with me, will know that my little story about the landscaper who did some work for me in 2013 with my at the time first wife, and he did a fantastic job, brilliant job. It wasn't too expensive. He was great. He turned up on time. All the real pluses. So when I then got remarried to my current wife, and in 21 we were looking to have the house we're living in, then have the garden done again. And I thought, I've got the perfect guy for you. Okay, who can do this for us? And I could not remember his name. Checked my contacts on my phone. 600 plus contacts on your phone, couldn't find him, hadn't saved it under landscaper or gardening. So that guy lost out on a 14 grand job just because he didn't remind me that he was there.
If he'd have sent you
If he'd sent me the odd email,
birthday card,
text, a Christmas card. That's another one, guys. If you're not doing Christmas cards on emails, doesn't cost you a penny. Send out Christmas cards to all your customers. And it's just a reminder, even once a year, oh, hi, by the way, we're still here. If he'd done any of that once or twice, I would have known who he was, or at least could have found him on email.
Yeah.
And so he lost out on 14,000
and I,
watching. I've gardener. But
I am leaving so much money on the table. We all are. Everybody is. And it was Mark that came up with the offer the other day. He said, right, here's the offer. I want this out to all my customers. It was done. It was gone. I need to be doing it more with the construction. I'm sitting on a gold mine. I've got a database of a lot of people, and should be. In fact, I'm going to do it.
Okay, cool.
I'll have one done by this afternoon.
Copy me in.
Yeah. There you go.
Seriously, I'd love to see it. And I'll let you guys know if he does. Because you've got a busy day ahead of you with the winner's circle and everything. So what's your future looking like? What's the plans for you over the next couple of years?
So the business I am considering selling the construction.
Okay.
So the long-term goal is I'd like to get the businesses both ready for selling. Whether I do or not is another story. Want to get this solar up to a few million quid first. So regardless of complexity on the job, the construction's a different animal to solar. And you can't deny that.
No, absolutely.
A solar, in fact, before I joined TM, I was racking my brains on, I need a high ticket product that's a simple install. The closest thing I could get was a garage conversion, could do it in 2 to 4 weeks, 15 grand average order value. That was where I was at. I was even looking at one point doing quartz worktop, quartz garden. I wanted a $5,000 order value that I could just fit in a day. Boilers are great. Boilers great. You have to do quite a few. So solar trumps boilers because the order values.
Yeah.
But yeah, solar deals. One day we've got a cracking team and one day install. So I'd like to get the construction ticking over on the profit margin with not a massive amount of volume. So that's bringing in a nice income. The solar, I reckon we could handle 3 million in sales if I can get the sales. And then the ultimate goal is I offer a coaching program and I do the same
Brilliant.
thing as these guys and show everyone how it's done.
Fantastic. I like that. And you can see that that growth, and you can take people on a journey that you've been through and
Yeah,
share your wisdom. Fantastic. I love that.
that's the long-term goal.
Yeah, brilliant. Mate, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming on with us. What I'd love to do now really is open it up to the floor. So guys, let's Q&A. What questions have we got for James, or if you've got anything for myself, that's great. Go ahead. You.
You mentioned you've got a project management CRM system. What were you using for your?
So I know TM have got one. So I'm not. Oh, so the project management one, I'm using Builder Trend. You on Builder Trend? Yeah. I tell you what. So Builder Trend for me is a game changer. I've got the full package though.
Yeah.
Are you?
I think
So it's got all the financials in the back end. Yeah. I'll show you. It's actual. Yeah, I can show you how you do it. Set the template. So when I was saying I was losing, so again, this is where the guys teach us. There's a big difference between markup and margin. Massive difference. I now price all my jobs through our software in the back end, line item by line item. So, and then it'll put the markup and the margin on it. It's all on the screen. It'll tell you down the bottom. Let's say, for example, you got 30% gross profit. You got all your line items. You've got to be responsible, making sure that you've not missed anything. But you build templates and you build on it. And then, so let's say there's a 100 grand job. You've got a 30 grand gross margin, saying there's 30 grand profit at the end. When you go live, and as you're doing your job, you're out in the field and you've done line item 1 and you've done line item 2, you put your invoices in, it gives you a green tick or a red tick, green, red. So lost money there. Why did I lose money? You go, oh, the customer added extra in that section and I've not asked for the extra money. So you can pull it back. You can send the customer a change order for the extra work. I've had that before. I missed my target on a window and the customer had upgraded it from aluminium to plastic and it come in more money. We just sent an email out and I got the extra money back and I got it back into the green, just a little change order. But that was, so Build a Trend for me, but I can help you with that. There's so much behind the scenes on that. So project management software, I love technology really for helping me out on this. It's chaos. Construction is chaos.
Absolutely. It's a busy time, busy job. I was talking to somebody yesterday, even in a similar sort of industry, well, in the same industry, in a similar sort of business. He's at the sort of 900K mark. And I was talking specifically about kitchens, and describing the fact that if you're taking a CSV file of all of your products that you're, able to sell from your suppliers, even with only a handful of suppliers, you're looking at 10,000 plus lines of product, and that's a huge number to keep on top of. And
You need it in software.
you cannot do that manually. You have to have that integrated into some sort of system to do it.
Yeah, we got that on kitchens. When we design a kitchen, I pay for a little plug-in. It's got my suppliers' kitchens in it. And it'll give me the kitchen. It'll give me the price of the kitchen plus the markup and the margin. You can play around with it.
You use an EQ?
Articad.
Articad, okay. So Articad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's the side that does the pricing for you?
I don't know. I just had the pricing module.
Just the plug-in with the.
I pay for Articad 60, 70 quid a month. I started off with the Articad. Now, yeah, the young lady that I was talking about in the Philippines, She does all my VR, the best kitchen design. So I've got an extension that I sold the other day, 128 grand extension. I've sent her the plan, and it's got the whole ground floor of all the job. She's designed the whole house, ground floor, and put all the furniture in it, the tables. It's all 3D colour. Sent it to the customer. They ain't even asked for it. They've got a 3D render of the whole ground floor, but she's got the kitchen in there, so we've got a cabinet list, and it'll spit out a price. We do send it to the supplier as well to give us a product, but we've got.
That's interesting. What's her name? And what
You
business?
can't have her. So that's for me.
I love it. That's fantastic. Next question.
I was going to say about it's mostly for the renewables too. That's smart.
Yeah, we can ask Mark. Well, I'll try, Mark. Try.
Do you guys have all your accreditation, or is it purely a subcontract business model?
Well, that's work in progress. So we can get a few of the accreditations, but it's a bit like chicken and egg situation. You've got to be established and sort of 2 years accounts for some accreditation. So you can actually have an umbrella service where you could piggyback, use another company to do your installations. It's called a drusky. So you want to get MCS accredited. You can't always do that straight off the bat as a new startup company. It would need to have some experience. That they have what's called an umbrella scheme where you can work with an installation company that's established and then transition. While you are applying for your accreditations, you can use them and the experience in your reviews and your experience.
So that was my biggest. So that can be your biggest stumbling block from starting. So I started the solar with, we had nothing. And no accreditations, no MCS, no electricians on board. I had nothing. But what I did have was Trade Mastermind. And I was on one of the days, and in the morning when everyone introduces themselves, 3 seats down was a guy from the same city that was MCS registered, and he was a solar installer. So I shook his hand, and by the end of the week, he did his first install for me. And we went on and we did 6, 7, 8 installs together. Got the reviews. He got reviews. I got reviews. Built that together, and then after that, we got another team we've been working with for a long time. And yeah, they've got all the accreditations that you need. So you don't need it. You want it long term. The ultimate goal is you've got everything yourself in house, but don't use that as a roadblock to start. You don't need it. You don't need it. You think you do.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of whether or not I need to, as a gas engineering plumber, I need to go and do my air source qualifications, up there, some qualification to get it.
I want
No.
6 months. Forget. Just to finish up. So let's say I've got a boiler to fit today. I'm not gas safe, but if I rang you to do my install, so if one of my customers wants a boiler, I'm selling them a boiler, but you can do the install for me and you can sign it off your gas safe. If my custom construction company wants a solar installing, my man has got MCS. He'll do the install. Still my order, still my customer. So don't use it as a roadblock. It's nice to have everything, but go and get your first sale first, then worry about it.
And I look at it from this perspective, being a little bit, facetious with this, but does the CEO of British Gas have his gas safe? And
Yeah, because the reason why I asked is because in this next phase of this project I have, literally every penny of the profit I'm making from this, I want to reinvest in some website and stuff. But I don't want to have just like an uplift. I do want a whole new system, a bit like the box, a bit like the heatable, where even cigar price, not a big price. I do like a bit of what Mark said earlier. That's kind of where the market's going. And at the end of the day,
I use use TrueQuote for that. Have you looked at TrueQuote before? Heard of them? TrueQuote.
plug it into your website.
Yeah, basically it's literally does and repeats that boxed piece that you get on their website into your website.
Was it that we build trades?
Yes, I've heard of We Build Trades. They will build that for you.
Yeah, obviously they're proven.
Yeah.
Guys on the academy, they use them and they're probably the highest pullers in the academy.
Yeah.
What are they charging a month at the minute?
So the sell-off fee for 3 months. The initial 3 months is 10 grand. That's about.
You hear that, Mark? So it's marketing. So there's a marketing agent.
That's just literally set
the website.
Wholly, but it's a whole new system. Like they give you a new CRM. It's a whole overhaul of that.
So they're rebranding you.
Not rebrand. It's just a whole new. Like for example, the CRM that you use, they'll
Build it all out. 10 grand setup fee.
Yeah, but it's over 3 months. I started to override it. It's all the truth. However, that's why I'm struggling with my name, because whilst I've been trading for 7 months, I've seen that people are trying to pronounce it. I don't really love it. I'm thinking for myself, right, I do want to invest money. I will have the money there, but do I knowing that as the boyers, I want to go into renewables. But I want to invest that money now.
You can change your name on Company's House, can't you? You can do a tweak on it.
You don't even need to change the name. You can just
Trade it as.
Trade as, yeah. So
Yes.
follow tech and just trade as a new name. You know what I would say is
Don't
you either one thing need to take that new name and register at Company's House and leave it dormant, so you don't have to do accounts for it, but it stops someone from taking it up. And the other option is that you trademark it, because if you've got for example, if you were James trading as Renewagen, and someone else comes along and goes, oh, I like the name of that Renewagen, that sounds good, and then, oh, it's not trademarked, it's cool, I'll trademark it, and sorry, James, you can't use that anymore.
Yeah.
Now, in reality, you've got a great fight there that you can go, no, I've been using this for 5 years, however long, blah, 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 and we've got this evidence, and then at court, you'd probably win it, but you'd have to go through that huge hassle of dealing with that stuff, so definitely just do that little piece in the background. So as you grow that bigger business, someone's not going to come along and cause you some hassle, as I know happened to a friend of mine.
Because you don't want to start a new company, do you? Keep the one you've got, just change the name.
Yeah, because I'm thinking investing on system marketing and having, obviously you guys set up a separate company, obviously, but that's double. You might have it by the financial viability for it. It's doubling,
Accounts.
Yeah.
Posting, energy.
The reason I did that was because renewables and construction, renewables, you need to be taken seriously in the renewable game. You're up against your Octopus, your Eons, and all you bought, you needed your own brand. Just this builder's doing it. So I did that purposely, 2 standalone businesses. But you could do the boilers and renewables go together. That's fine as the same company, isn't it? But you don't need to spend thousands of pounds to change your logo and your brand.
No, I don't. It's just obviously, yeah. I bought these domains over the weekend. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. Something I was gonna discuss. Well, I would have a discussion. I was gonna speak to Joe about it at lunch as well. To what you thought. I don't, because I do want to steer away from the lead providers. Because their seat gauge about 50, 60 quid, and they're charging me to like walk off 50 and send it to
4 others.
so far people. I can't. The middleman increase my conversion.
How would you cut out the middleman?
Because you have their website or the guy themselves is literally just a pre-fill form.
But if let's use We Build Trades, and they set up your marketing after you've done your 10 grand, they'd set your marketing up, would they?
They set them to you.
So they're going to be the middleman again.
No, they're not. That's directly. They've set that machine up now.
But you got to pay them a retainer.
No, and then after that, then you can pay them monthly to run like your ads and your Facebook, so that I'm creating the app myself. You can do that.
But essentially, you own that piece.
You own that machine. But
yeah.
Plus that.
Okay.
And those videos, I would go for a monthly, because realistically, I've learned that whenever I try to cut costs, it's end up biting me the ass in the end. I'd rather pay a professional to manage it for you.
Yeah, save 5 quid now to lose 10 quid, a week later. Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking about. But realistically, if I'm spending all that money, do I really want to be spending it on this brand, which is something I'm juggling at the moment, or do I just carry on to where I'm going and try to scale up my biz, and then maybe when I have when I've been training for a bit longer, to then transition into the other things? But no, I know I don't need to have my guys. I don't need to have my,
Yeah.
Yeah, MCS. I mean, look at Kieran Milo on the renewables, and James and Mark have done a fantastic job in a short period.
It was Kieran, so they gave me the confidence
Do it.
to go.
He's done it. He's done that from the same perspective of not having his MCS.
Is he? I bet
You know-
has he got his MCS now?
No, he's never had his MCS. Not personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's you know, and in March
Not even asking.
he quoted, or he sold 1.35 million in 1 month.
In 1 month.
K-
KLM or
KMM Energy Solutions.
Why you been talking?
Hey, fantastic, Mark. Hold on, buddy. How much? What's the order value?
13,950.
There we go.
It's just come for an hour, so
13,950.
previously quoted.
is that a remote?
Is that just like email?
What had been the Google lead?
The software we use. So basically, if they don't buy it on the date when you go visit, leave it with them. Let them think about it.
Did you visit that one? Have you been in the house?
So, Mark, just to understand that there, that's a really interesting one. What happens with?
Go back, travel 50 miles, go see every government house, and collect water.
So that's on like the follow up.
Yeah.
So that's on the follow up. So this there. So what was the drive for him to click yes? Is that a computer?
You can see on fitting dates for us.
Yeah.
Visit.
Was that the the ladies you talked about yesterday?
It is no.
Yeah.
So he basically had urgency. He's got a holiday, so we created the urgency with we're fully booked till the end of August, and if it needs permission to connect to the grid with National Grid, which takes about 3 or 4 weeks to get. So to get that approval to get the dates that we can give him, and he got an extra 500 quid off if he fits in with us. Keep all our boys busy, fill the gaps in the diary. So his urgency was that.
And so to place that order, he's literally just click.
It's a button online,
So
place order, and sends his deposit. He sets me.
So brilliant. That's a nice little automation that you've got set up there that helps push that out.
I did it the other day. Once the cinema tickets, the weekend, then you get, so the diary is got a button, but when you book your cinema tickets, you would choose 7, 3, 4, 2, prices brick. They can see which ones are available. You've got that option.
Yeah, they won't see the calendar. All right. It's just basically locking in the dates. They don't know the actual date yet, but it's a standby fit. So it will be end of August, subject to our gaps and timing. As long as they accept standby, we can give them 24 hours notice. Say, we're coming tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Is that okay?
Brilliant. Well, yeah. Lovely to have you here, James. Thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure.
To learn a little bit more about your business and have another chat with you about it. And I look forward to seeing where you go in the future.
Yeah, and listen, I want to be on your spreadsheet. I want to get on them because I've got a long way to go. Still with them spreadsheets, I think for the construction, that's never ending.
No.
So, no, listen, it's appreciate what you do. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
And hopefully someone gets something out of it.
Thanks for coming. Cheers, James.